Great. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to another beautiful day here in downtown Silver Spring. I still get excited when I come here and see all the activities, see all the amenities, see all the workers down here, and everything else that Silver Spring has to offer. And as a lifelong resident of Montgomery County, I remember a time when most of the buildings and stores surrounding this place either didn't exist or they were vacant or boarded up. But the residents of Silver Spring refused to allow their community to continue to deteriorate and came together to find a solution. And by working together, county residents, county businesses, and county government forged a plan, overcame the challenges, and built the Silver Spring that we enjoy today. And the successful revitalization of downtown Silver Spring has been hailed as a national model for urban redevelopment. But standing here and looking up at the unfinished transit center, the eyesore that this has become is a reminder that the county's work is not done. The taxpayers of Montgomery County, the residents and businesses of Silver Spring, and the region's commuters who use this critically important transit hub want and deserve to know when this project will at long last be completed and how much it's going to cost them. And it's easy to understand why people are so anxious to know. The teamwork, the Big Ten atmosphere that helped us rebuild Silver Spring has been replaced by silence from our county leaders. Consultants are hired, reports are commissioned, recommendations are made, and yet our county leadership cannot give us an answer or a plan of action. The community is ready and waiting to see what finally needs to be done and how the county proposes to do it to fix this transit center. And if we learn nothing from the revitalization of downtown Silver Spring, we learn that government cannot go it alone. We rebuilt Silver Spring thanks to the efforts of the residents and the businesses, joining with the government to do something great. Silver Spring was reborn because at places like AFI and Discovery, they bought into the vision that we had and became our partners in ensuring that that vision became a reality. And we had a vision for the Silver Spring Transit Center, too. We knew a vibrant economic hub like the new Silver Spring needed a center that would encompass all the transit options available to our residents. So in our vision for the revitalized downtown, we planned for the transit center. And as county executive, I made sure that we had the funds to get the project going, made sure the concept plans were in place, and then handed it all off to the next administration to see the project completed. But like so many other people, I have been disappointed and disillusioned with what I've seen. The Silver Spring Transit Center is overdue by about 2.5 years, and it's over budget by millions and millions of dollars. The quality and safety of the center has been seriously questioned, and we have not heard what the plan is from the county government to fix it. And nearly 1 year after the County Executive and County Council received the report from KCE outlining the serious structural problems associated with the transit center, we still have precious little insight into the plan to safely open it. Therefore, today, I'm asking our county leadership, I'm asking the County Executive and the County Council to give us answers. The public deserves answers. The taxpayers of Montgomery County and the commuters of this region deserve answers. We deserve to know when the Silver Spring Transit Center will open. We deserve to know what the detailed plan to fix the center is. We deserve to know the full cost to fix the structural issues and to get this center open. And we deserve to know how we can be assured that the center will be safe once it's open. These are not extraordinary requests, and these questions should be answered promptly by our county leadership. What is extraordinary is the amount of time the county government has devoted to assessing blame as opposed to solving the problem. 1 year after the report detailing the problems, and we still have no plan from our county leaders. How long will they continue to study and analyze this? It's my sincere hope that as we move forward, the County Executive and the County Council will open up to the residents of Montgomery County and share their thoughts and plans on getting the transit center open. It's time for answers. Silver Spring residents and community leaders fought too long and hard for a vibrant downtown to wait for this mess to be cleaned up before they have access to the state-of-the-art transit center they are expecting. This failure on the part of our county leaders to get the job done here leaves pedestrians at risk, commuters frustrated, and hurts the economic vitality of Silver Spring. The people of Montgomery County deserve better. It's time to get to work and get Montgomery County moving forward again. Thank you very much, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that any of the press might have.
Mr. Duncan, if you do get elected, how is it that you are going to speed up the process, reduce costs, and then do everything opposite of what you're saying is happening? How do you plan to do that?
We are suffering from paralysis by analysis on this particular center here in the county, and Montgomery County perfected that phrase. It's something that I fought very hard over my years as county executive and my years in the city of Rockville to get out of. That we need to study things, we need to look at our problems, but then we need to make a decision and get the problem solved. And what we are seeing here is just silence from our county leaders on how we're going to fix this. And they've had this report. They've known for a year now what the problems are and what needs to be fixed. And where is the plan? What's it going to cost? When's it going to open? And is it going to be safe? Those are questions that our current leaders are avoiding and need to tell the public.
When you say county leaders, do you mean Ike Leggett, Roger Berliner,
I mean the county executive and the county council. They are our county leaders. They are the ones in charge of moving this county forward. So they all need to be involved in telling us what the solution is. And the county council needs to step forward and push to get a greater sense of urgency on solving this problem. A year of study, a year of discussion, a year of meetings isn't getting this thing opened any sooner.
Exactly what would you have done differently? Specifically, what would you have done differently if you had been in office during this period? There were two big-name, big-time designer and general contractor hired. They started when cracks were discovered. You know, they stood down. They hired KCE. KCE was pretty clear that the design was a problem. That Folger Pratt did things. Was asleep at the switch in certain ways. It wasn't a lot of mystery when you read the report about what went wrong. So they decided that they needed to step back and try to fix it. So what is it you would have done differently?
Well, once the KCE report came out, as opposed to looking to blame people for the problem, they should have focused on what are the solutions, what needs to be fixed, and how can we go about doing that and ensure that it'll be fixed and opened and opened safely. And that's what we have not seen. We saw our county leaders spend months blaming people, pointing fingers at people, as opposed to trying to bring people together to implement the KCE report and get this opened. And we need to know when is it going to open? How long is it going to take? There are some real serious issues here in terms of shear and torsion. There are some real safety issues here in terms of that. And we haven't heard anything.
We haven't heard anything. What safety issues? KCE said there's not a safety issue.
If the shear and torsion isn't corrected, parts of the building could collapse. And that's a major safety issue for this county. So they've looked at the where the steel wasn't. They repaired that. They're talking about the latex modified concrete overlay, but the shear and torsion issue, which allows for some of that flexibility, is a major problem, and we haven't heard anything. The county's identified it as a problem, but why is it taking them a year to say what's the solution to that? That's the detailed plan that we need to see. And KCE did identify that as a major problem.
if you were in charge, how would you be fixing this?
I would have, the report came out on March 15th. March 19th, the county executive put out a statement saying that he was going to work as quickly as possible and as urgently as possible to get this opened. And here we are a year later and we still have no plan. I would have had a much greater sense of urgency to getting it fixed, and I would have had a much more hands-on approach while it was being built. And I think that's what we're seeing here. When you don't have a hands-on county executive, you get problems like this.
And I guess if elected, then how would you ensure that this, opens up, I guess the sooner the better for everybody?
You've got to come up with the plan of what the remedial action you're going to take. You've got to do the detailed engineering drawings and then the construction cost estimates. You've got to be very transparent about that, tell the public what all that is. And then you've got to say, okay, now we're going to move forward, and here's the schedule we're on, and here's when we're going to get it done.
Is that a total rebuild or just kind of?
It's not a total rebuild. KCE didn't say we needed a total rebuild, but there are major things that need to be fixed. They've done a little of it. But what's the total plan and what's the cost to get this done?
Doug, is it a problem, you think, that Fulton Pratt was a consulting client of yours for you to get up to the mic and talk about how this is all on Ike Leggett and their inaction when, you were working for Fulton Pratt for a while?
The county needs to come up with a plan. They're the owner of the building, and then they're going to turn it over to Metro. They're the ones responsible for getting it built. There are a lot of people at fault here. The contractors, the engineering firm, a lot of people did not perform as they were expected. And what I'm objecting to is the county blaming people first and saying we're going to delay solving it because we need to blame people and make sure they know we had nothing to do with this. You solve the problem first, then you assess blame, then you go to court, then you take care of recovering the cost and everything else that you need to do. Anything else?
One of the things that people don't talk about a lot is that the presence of this building here has moved the buses way over there.
Yes.
So if you take a bus to the metro now, you've got to walk, I don't know, a third of a mile from where the bus leaves you off. So
and
the point is, my life was much better when this wasn't here.
Well, when it's fixed and open, your life will be much better again.
Yeah,
it's 2.5 years late, and the county still has not said when it's going to open. That's why we need we need the public to push. We need answers from our county leadership as to when this is going to open. You're absolutely right.
It's worse now than before.
Much worse. Major inconvenience, safety hazards, a lot of things. Anyone else? All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.